Ladies and gentlemen, the ball games don't matter as much anymore, do they? The acting cool around your neighbors, the worrying about your hair falling out, the women worrying about if they're fat. I mean, get your head screwed on straight. The robber barons publicly wrote hundreds of books, congressional studies, laws. The social workers, the health departments, the taking your blood at birth for 36 years illegally, now admitted mainstream news. It's all part of eugenics. And the church committee brought a lot of this out as well, not just about the CIA. And, of course, it came out in the 90s about Henry Kissinger and State Department Memorandum 200. But the issue here is we're all living under eugenics. And this whole phony green revolution and the feds federalizing all the water and the national animal ID and shutting down the family farms and ranches, and that's what this is doing. This is all about population control. Every time we get the minutes, or every time we have a spy, or every time one of the cleaning ladies steals documents out of a trash can for us, it's the same thing. How do we get our world government so we can kill the majority of these people? That's what they talk about. That's why they want the power. It's the ultimate control freak. And, we talk to these hotel workers and people at Bilderberg year after year, and we say, the investigators, Jim Tucker and others, I've done it myself. You get there and you say, look, we want you to get us the minutes of the meeting. We want you to spy on them. We want you to meet with us and tell us what you heard them say. And they say, no, we've been told we're all fired if we do that. And I go, all right, here's my card. Here's my number. Here's our info. And when they actually hear the evil, they always come back and say, absolutely, we got to stop these people. See, folks, you can't be in the secret meeting. But you can go cover it. You can go hear it from the maids, from the cleaning people. You can get the documents. You can infiltrate. But now they're trying to take the bang out of our announcements by just coming right out and going, well, of course we want to get rid of the majority of the people. It's for the earth. Every nature show is about how humans are bad and polar bears can't swim and seals can't swim. We got to get rid of humans or the seals will drown. I'm joking about seals can't swim. They say polar bears can't swim. It's as ridiculous as saying fish can't swim. And that, they're melting and dying and that there's no ice caps when the ice caps are getting bigger. I mean, it's just lies on top of lies on top of lies. And billionaire club in bid to curb overpopulation, world government to carry it out. And how it's called the good group with all these top Rockefeller family members and Ted Turner and Bill and Melinda Gates and Warren Buffett and Oprah Winfrey. I mean, all of these people. It is so disgusting to see all of this going on and all of this happening and just wanting people to read it for themselves, just wanting people to find out what's going on for themselves because this is all real, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I want to take a few calls specifically in the limited time we have, specifically on that last interview you heard about eugenics. I mean, how can any of you listen to us and send me emails saying I'm making this up? Number one, I'm not lying. They would sue me if this stuff wasn't true. But number two, if there's a 10% chance of what I'm saying being true, you better look into it, buddy. It's on record. I give this example because it's been on CNN and MSNBC and came out in court. The documents got released that Bayer Pharmaceutical knowingly over 10 years shipped out over 1 million ampules of factor VIII, knowing every person that got it was going to be killed by it, by HIV and hepatitis. It wasn't like they just cold-bloodedly said, I'll murder these people. It was for eugenics. It wasn't for profit. They take incredible risk putting drugs out that kill you because they want to kill you. This is their religion. And I know that's wild. I know it's crazy. I don't believe it. I don't believe in their system. I'm not the crazy one. I'm the one that looks at them saying it and doing it and says, we got to do something about this. And I'm so sick of people in this closed left-right paradigm. If they're a right-winger, they say I'm a leftist. And if they're a leftist, they say I'm a right-winger. And they just say that and then never address the facts we've laid out, never address the information we put out. Let me punch up my call screen here so John can send me any callers. From Minnesota, we're down here in Austin, Texas. They're up there in Minnesota. We can also take calls on our system, but 1-800-259-9231. Some of these I said I'd mention. Obama claims CIA involvement in Iran patently false. I mean, what an asinine lie. What a asinine lie when the CIA admits they're doing it. And I was just watching CNN during the break, and it's all about the police are beating the people and not allowing protests. What do you think happens around here in most areas of the U.S. if you don't get a permit? The cops dress up like protesters, attack their own officers, and then start breaking collarbones, and in some cases shooting people to death with rubber bullets. Now, I'm not defending that, and I'm not defending the mullahs. The issue is this thing is CIA funded on record, and the media shouldn't be lying to everybody saying it isn't true. And they want to demonize Iran so the whole country can be smart bombed, and you'll see a whole bunch of dead women bleeding to death. But you won't see it on our news then. You seen somebody when a big 2,000-pound bomb blows up 50 yards away and they get cut in half or get their head blown off? There's lots of blood then. You seen all the photos of dead little kids everywhere? And the neocons send me threatening emails when we post them going, good, kill more of them kids. See, you're being manipulated with psychology. And they want to put a guy in power who announced he won the election before the polls were closed so he could then cause it. And when he's the guy that bombed the Marine Corps barracks, you're now loving the guy. But see, that's how you now love Gaddafi because you're not real conservatives, those of you out there. You're sicko freaks who are just mentally ill and worship the system. You're toadies. You're bootlickers. You're cowards. But none of this is important. Missing governor was in Argentina. He told everybody he was going on vacation. He told them where he was, and his political enemies made this up. And because he's not going along with the New World Order on several issues. I'm not saying the guy's a good guy, just that it's just like Ron Paul gets told he's in a big hotel banquet room next to a suite, and that the Austrian newspaper wants to interview him. And he walks in, and they say, please go in here, sir, while we move some equipment. And he goes into a room next to it. Sacha Baron Cohen runs in and drops his pants, and Ron Paul runs out of the room, and the media is saying Ron Paul's got to explain himself. See, this is them trying to kill his political future. And the dumb public loves petty things like this. Oh, the governor went somewhere. He's bad. Oh, Ron Paul got set up by the guy that did Borat. You know. Meanwhile, they're putting cancer viruses in your shots. I mean, can you start caring about the cancer viruses in your shots? You care about your kids enough to do that? Can you at least stop giving them fluoride water? By the way, the stuff you buy from municipal water supplies, it better come from a spring if it's bottled water, or it means it was put through just charcoal filters and the fluoride was left in. And I can't believe I'm the radical. I'm the bad guy because Mousavi, they pronounce it different ways, celebrated in Iran protest, but was the butchers of Beirut on record. Now I'm bad because I'm not for blowing up the Marines. I mean, that's how sick these neocons are, man. And Obama, look at this liar saying the CIA's not involved when the CIA's on record running the whole thing, bragging about it. You got Brzezinski and Bolton and Kissinger bragging they're running it. And then he's on TV saying, I mean, look at that cokehead liar. There's just no end to these people. Western stooge, son of the Shah, positioning himself to take power in Iran. Got this report up on prisonplanet.com and Infowars.com. Look at this exclusive. U.S. contacted Ayatollahs before election. State cuts tax exemptions for kids, San Francisco Chronicle. See, and then next they're going to tax you for having kids. They're already announcing that. That's the San Francisco Chronicle right there. And, you know, I guess going back to Iran, the big message here is the police state's good, but not. The police state's good, but not in Iran. Then it's bad. Documents back Saudi links to extremists, New York Times. This just came out today. Of course, that was a Saudi operation. Who works for the CIA and Mossad? We've already had the head of the embassy there on tape saying, yeah, they told us let the hijackers in the U.S., even though they were flagged as terrorists, because that was a CIA cover.